So this is a very sticky subject with me, and that is tithing. So I go to a church, and before service starts, there's somebody on the stage. And one of the first things they always do is talk about tithing and how we're supposed to trust God and give them money. And they have a video that plays about somebody who claims that they started giving, trusted in God, and their life is just so much better. Well, I kind of have a problem with that. I don't believe tithing is in the scriptures. There's a mention of tithing, and that was by somebody who chose to tithe on their own. That wasn't a commandment from God. So what I find very interesting is this. The same people that are standing up there on this grand stage telling us to trust in God, they don't trust in God themselves. Because if they trusted in God, this place called the church, they wouldn't have to tell us every single time. You're telling me to trust in God and start giving money. Why don't you trust in God and stop bringing it up? That's a very good question that I wish the church would answer. If you work for a church, I would like to know your thoughts on that. Leave a comment. You're telling me to trust in God, but it very much appears to me that you don't trust in God yourself. So don't tell me that. How about you practice what you preach? If you're preaching that, then start doing that yourself. Stop mentioning it. One of the parts of church that I can't stand the most is the beginning when they talk about tithing, and they basically make it sound like it's a commandment. And it's not a commandment. That is not a command from God. That is the church making that up. Now, I get it. I understand. Running a church costs money. And it costs a lot of money. And you gotta have a lot of faith in God when something costs so much. But there's a lot more pressure, and pastors are really put under a microscope by God, and it says that in the Bible, and that's a big part of it. If you're not even having faith that God's going to meet all the demands of the money that you have, that you got to tell people all the time, I wish that churches would just trust in God themselves. Don't tell me to trust in God when you're not trusting in God. And every time they're talking about tithing, I look around this grand hall that I'm in, and these big old monitors that they have, 60, 70, 100-inch monitors, and these beautiful lights, and the band that they have playing, and the smoke that's coming out, and the strobe lights they got going on. And I think to myself, it doesn't appear that they need my money. It seems like they're doing all right. By no means am I saying don't tithe. If you feel that that is a requirement of God, then do it. It does say in the Bible that if you believe something to be a sin, even though it actually is not a sin, and you do it, then it is a sin. If you believe something to be wrong and you do it anyway, then that is a sin to you.